Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big boss, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, Bass, whatever you got, turn it down. There we go. So
yeah, that was. I had my YouTube playing on my phone. I just paused it.
Just waiting on a couple of people to join us here, folks. But how have you been this evening? What is happening?
Rothian, if you're still listening, the invite was sent.
Yes, it was. Wedge needed one. So what's up, everybody in chat? Did you guys get a chance to hear me ramble on PRT last night? It was fun as hell. I like being on it. Wolf's good, dude. Yeah. Like when he had to cancel on Tuesday, I wasn't mad at all. I'm like, yo, this dude, he's a business owner. Like, there's no, I can't get mad at that. You know what I mean? But it was fun being on there. Just waiting on 1 second here. Let me give my guy a call here. Vault should be hopping in a few. Roth, where are you at, dude? What's up, Dizzle? I just saw you pop in. Looking at my phone here.
What's up, everyone in chat? So many to name. But how you guys doing tonight? So, a hot night here in New York. Ralph said he's here now. He had to clear his head.
All right, cool. Hop in whenever you get the chance.
So yeah, truth over there on PRG last night was, other than his mic problems, because he was talking through a speakerphone. It was a damn good interview. Him and Wolf chopping it up.
It wasn't mic problems. It was I was my phone was connected to the Wi-Fi, and I had dropped the signal a couple times, so I had to disconnect the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was a good interview, man. I think Wolf was a little shocked about what you were telling him.
What about the UFO or
Yeah.
the light or whatever the hell? I mean, it is pretty jarring to hear at first. Where are these guys at? It is pretty jarring to hear at first, but I mean, I don't have a problem talking about it. Then again, I'm one of those people. I really don't care. I'll talk about just about anything.
Curious guy said, "Where's her wrench?"
Oh, you showed up, huh? Okay, I got you. Take it easy.
Nah, I haven't caught any lumpers recently. Just been at work. The video of the bag that I had the other day, I wish I would have had that bag freaking Sunday during the tournament. I would have won $5,000.
Just over an 11-pounder won $5,000.
11 pounds, 14 ounces for 5 fish.
Hey, Midnight, is it all right to share with people what you told me and Bass earlier? Because I think it was pretty damn good.
What's up, Dark? He said, "Yeah."
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the channel Monster 911. It's ran by Lance Hightower. It's a very, very good channel, very, very good show. And
Yep. They used to run Crypto Brothers.
Yeah, Oklahoma Cryptid Brothers. Okay, well, yeah, so Mr. Don, Midnight Amongst Monsters, is one of their latest interviews. The one where it bared its teeth at me. That's the name of the episode. So if you get a chance, go over there and listen to Mr. Don Johnson's Midnight. He's the creator of Midnight Amongst Monsters. Listen to his interview with Lance Hightower over there at Monsters 911. Very, very entertaining. Very, very creepy as hell. I'll tell you that. All right, let me try him again. I think it's fucking. Oh, sorry. No, hey, for all you new people, I curse over here. So just saying. So, like I almost slipped a couple of times on Wolf's show, show last night. All right.
The other day was a tough day. 25 boats. One boat turned in 5 fish. It was a rough one out there. This one dude, he probably put 40 miles on his boat, just running up and down a reservoir.
Oh yeah, we're just waiting for a couple people to join us, so we're just gonna shoot the shit for a few minutes.
You get a hold of him?
Yeah, give him a few minutes. So what's going on, everybody? What the hell was I just about to say? Anybody catch the latest news about deleted UFO footage?
Oh, talking about UFOs, I got one for you.
What?
Go ahead. Well, I guess a day or two ago, there was a bunch of UFOs seen hovering over Oakland, California for about a good hour. Because I'm scrolling through YouTube and I watched Pat McAfee, and he was talking about it. I'm like, Pat McAfee is talking. Well, McAfee is talking about UFOs. Yeah. I guess about a day or two ago, probably 2 days ago. A whole bunch of them are hovering over Oakland, California for about a good hour.
So, Bass, I got a
Yo.
question for you. What is
Okay.
this hot? What is this hot pocket report?
uh,
Come on,
damn,
come
should
on.
I wait for? Should I wait for? Wait, you were
No.
told about it?
He just told me to ask you about it.
All right, the hot pocket report is going to be. I keep a list of names in my blue book.
Yes.
Well, this little blue book is going to be used for anybody who hops in and starts acting stupid. You're going to be labeled a hot pocket, and every time we get we're going to be putting out reports called the hot pocket report. So if you're don't act stupid, and you won't be on the list.
Is this going to be a weekly thing?
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Which one of you came up with that?
Oh, that was all vault.
I like that. We do the hot pocket report. Do like a news intro and shit.
Mm-hmm. This is Dateline News.
It's fun. That's funny.
I think it would be funny.
It would be. It'll teach them a lesson. Get their names put out there in an embarrassing way.
They don't want to be famous.
I don't think they want to be famous in that way. All right. So
Well, either way, don't matter to me. I don't.
So where's Ralph, dude?
I don't know. Ralph, your invite is probably still in your email. Unless if it's not in your regular email, check your spam. It might have got sent to your spam.
Should be in his regular email.
What the hell did you just say? Joe's sick BOS report. Nah, we can't call it that, man. You gotta at least have a little bit of fun with it. I'm pretty sure we could find like some kind of news opening. Get Truth to design, make a design for it. Hot pocket report. This week, we have yada, yada, yada. And just so you know, you have been put on notice. I think it'd be fun. The way shit is going, I might have to get a new notebook.
So, Ralph, you got to connect your. It says your device isn't connected. Yeah. So, I made a. Just to let you know, let you guys know, I made a specific profile just for nuking people. So if you see, you'll know what it is.
No.
You'll know what it is when you see it. Mr. Fair.
Hello.
What's up?
What's going on,
Not
bro?
too much.
Just waiting on my guy. How you been?
Taking things day by day.
That doesn't sound too positive, man. What's going on?
Stuff going on just with personal, mental things going on. Just trying to just dealing with that for today.
Well, I hope it works out, man.
I hope so too. I'm pretty sure it will.
Okay, I just saw your private chat message.
Yeah. Whenever I connect to StreamYard, my microphone doesn't want to immediately get recognized.
Let's see. So, you know what? While we're waiting for some people, let's do this. Hey, Don, hop in.
Mr. Don.
I'm waiting on my buddy here. While he's there, I got a few questions for you, Mr. Don. Hop on in, if you can. And sometimes you got shitty service, but pretty active in chat. I think you might have good service tonight. Drop. Mr. Vault should be here pretty soon.
He said give him about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see. So what's going on in chat?
Oh, we had some food talk. We had some talk about cooking veggies, lentil soup.
That is the nastiest damn thing ever.
What, lentil soup?
Yes, it is. I've had it before. It's disgusting.
I was probably made wrong.
You know what I had for dinner? We went to that Annie's Soul Food on the corner there.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I haven't. Go ahead, Ralph.
Isn't one of the traditional recipes for lentil soup like one of the ingredients is turnip, like some kind of turnip?
I believe so.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of turnip. Well, you could cook lentil soup. You throw like a ham hock in there. Comes out pretty damn good.
Silent, yes it is. I completely disagree with you. Nasty stuff. I'd rather eat black-eyed peas. Those are good.
Black-eyed peas are an acquired taste. I don't knock anyone who likes them. It's just
I'll tell you what. When I was younger, I used to put sugar in them.
Yeah, actually, pretty damn good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
brown sugar maybe works.
No, I just regular cane sugar.
Oh wow!
Don't overdo it though. Just a little sprinkle.
Yeah. Sup, Red, Mr. Chaos? How you doing?
Shoot, man, my grandmother told me how to make fried okra, which is banging. Fried corn, which you probably never heard of.
Fried corn.
Fried corn. Sounds crazy, right?
It does.
No, all you do is you take what I do. I take and like cut the corn off the thing.
Nah, man.
What the hell are you talking about?
You remember how grandma used to make fried corn, like fried corn fritters?
Oh, okay. It took me a second to remember that.
Dude,
Space
fried corn fritters. All you do is you get yourself some a can of shit. I can't think of the name of it. The cream corn. Put that in a pot. Put that in a pan. You start to heat that up. You add a little bit of flour to it. Salt, some pepper, and basically just want to cook it down until it makes like one giant patty. And then you just put it on like a pan and you start cutting the shit off like a candy bar. It's actually pretty good. It doesn't sound tasty the way I'm describing it, but trust me, it's good. If you tried this shit, you'd be like, yo, all right, I know what you mean. You know what? That might be my next video.
Huh. Yeah, I like cornbread, but corn has never been one of my favorites. To me, it's always been seen as too much of just a filler.
Oh, look who's here. Mr. Tom, what's going on,
Hello.
man? How you doing, brother?
Good. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, I've got you loud and clear.
Outstanding.
So, now, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Your interview with Monsters 911, I think it was really good. Like, for everybody that, while we're here, why not? You know what I mean? Want to tell people what happened with you?
Sure. Basically, to start with, this interview was done like over 4 years ago. I've been friends with Lance for quite a long time. But he was one of the first few real truthers that was out there in the cryptid community that you knew that whatever he was putting out, you could trust that he had checked into, the best of his ability, and you knew it wasn't trash. And so I had actually gone to the Honabi, or however you want to pronounce it, told him there'll be whatever it is up there, the Oklahoma Bigfoot conference up there. And I went up there actually to try to meet him up there because he had said that he and the guys were going to go up there. And I really enjoyed listening to him, and I enjoyed the work that he was doing. I went there and met him, and we had walked around for a day before we actually saw him. And man, he was cool as ice and easy to approach. And so we hit it off and became quick friends. And we actually went out and ate that evening. It was a good time. And I told him that if he was interested, I'd really like to talk to him about what had happened as a child, but I didn't want to do it right there. And I had kind of been dealing with this, all of my adult life, because for the first, from the time I was probably in my early teens until my early 30s, I had this reoccurring nightmare, and it caused me great panic. I'd wake up sweating, yelling, and there would be times I'd stand up, in my sleep and try to protect my wife. That would be like a half asleep, half awake kind of thing. And she'd ask me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Oh yeah, it's okay. I said, "I'm just trying to protect you." She said, "From what?" I said, "Well, it's just a bad dream. I really don't want to talk about it." And so it finally came to a point at home that I decided to try to talk to my wife and let her know. We've been married for a number of years at that point, and just kind of tell her what had happened. And so I was with her and my best friend and his wife, and told them, I really want to talk about something that I've been kind of dealing with for a long time. At this point, what I had done is I had been listening to some other YouTube talk channels, and they had a program on people that had reoccurring nightmares. And one of the things that they had said was that a lot of people that had reoccurring nightmares, the nightmares were actual events in their life that they had blocked out. And that kind of put me twisted in the wind, because I was like, man, there's no way if that was for real, that I had a monster looking in on me as a child. And so the more I got to doing study on it, and the more people that I talked to in the medical field, in the psychology field, they started to tell me the same thing. And it's not always the case, but a lot of times it's the case. Children have mechanisms of coping, and one of the things that they do is that they suppress it, that they hide it, they bury it deep in their mind, and they cover it up, and they just say, okay, well, mom and daddy said it's okay. It's just a dream. It was just a nightmare. It wasn't real. Monsters are not real. It's okay. So it stays hidden until there comes a time in your life that you start running into facts that you can't overlook. And those facts start triggering those memories. And when they start triggering them to such a degree, you can't overlook them, then you have to face them. When you finally do come to a point that you can face them, then you can deal with it. You'll no longer have a recurring nightmare. Well, that's exactly what happened with me. I learned to face it and realize it was a reality. So anyway, I tried to talk to my wife and my best friend and his wife and tell them what had happened. And I no more got the first 2 or 3 sentences out of my mouth about this beast looking in on me in the window that had to be, 9 foot tall. And they were laughing and carrying on, snickering, "Oh, you're so full of shit," just going on and on. It was just ridiculous. And it hurt my feelings. I mean, I really want to cry about it. I was like, guys, y'all have no idea. This is a real thing. This really happened to me. They just could not get it through their head. And I said, you know what? I'll never tell you guys anything else. I swear to God, I'll never tell you anything that happened in my life. I'm fine. I got up and I left. Now, my best friend lived right next door to me, so I just went home. And they were all offended, like I did something wrong to them. So my wife gets home, and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, it happened. It's okay, but this was real. This was not something to laugh about. So they're just not going to talk to you guys about anything. I'm not going to share anything else with them. She said, no. Seriously, if this really happens, you will tell me about it. Well, I can't right now. I'm going to have to get to a different place before I can. So eventually I did. And when I did, she was still hesitant to, she was very supportive, but it was hard for her to believe. Mainly because she said it was hard for her to believe because she didn't want to believe. Because if it were true, then she had to face the facts that there were really monsters in the woods. And that's scary. That's scary to me. I'm out there in it, looking for it today. I'm out there, deep in the bushes, walking in the darkness, putting out cameras, doing all that stuff, because I'm still trying to gather evidence. I'm still trying to have some sort of proof that I can hang my hat on. Not to prove to anybody else, because I don't really give a damn what nobody else thinks.
Yeah, like you're looking for clarification for what happened to you so long ago.
Exactly right. So back to the story. So I was talking to Lance, and I told him, look, I'm going to call you, and I'll talk to you about it. And we had 2 or 3 different appointments. Time came, and I just really got nervous about doing it. I said, man, if my wife and my best friend and his wife treated me that way, what is the world going to do? What is YouTube people going to do? They're going to massacre me. There's going to be this whole bunch of people out there that's going to stand in line to poke and prod and say there's no way that a 4-year-old child can remember all this. But I can sit here and tell you unequivocally that I can remember very, very vividly my 4 and 5 and 6 and 7-year-old life, because not only did I see that in my window at that time, but at the age of 4, I was sexually abused by a family member. And I buried that for a long time too. But I remember it because it was traumatic. And you're not supposed to have those kind of things happen to you as a child. But the child's mind is very powerful. It's capable of handling a lot of things. It's very strong. It's one of the things I learned going through psychology. And then again, whenever I went through divorce with my first wife, and having to go through counseling and things because we had children. So we had to go through couples counseling and parent counseling and that kind of thing because we have children involved. But one thing that they say is that the children are very resilient and that it's okay. They will recover because they're very strong. They're capable of handling a lot of things. But a lot of people don't realize that even though they're strong and capable of handling those things, they still carry the baggage with them. So that's what I did. But the more I talked about it, the better it got. And especially the more I started researching for myself and finding answers, the safer I become in my own skin. But I had contacted Lance, and I talked to him about my life from an early age and how things kind of went. And honestly, we don't have enough time. We've got this whole thing going on to go into all the details of it, and I'll be happy to do it later time. And I do plan on actually interviewing with Paul at the conference and actually putting this out at that time. But I'm all too happy to tell you guys all about it. Like I said, this is going to take a long and drawn out. Lance and I talked for almost 6 hours. Over several conversations.
When you're telling Walter's story, I'm going to be sitting right next to you guys.
Oh, no doubt. I'm an open book, though, man. Anything you guys want to know, I'm happy to answer.
It looks like you're hanging out in the woods now.
But I am. I'm actually out there at a well site waiting on the well to produce a little bit more salt water. And, but that's kind of what I do is while I'm out here and I have kind of downtime, a lot of times what I'll end up doing is walking around the location and off the edge of the wood line. And I have several locations that are active. And, I'll take the opportunity to go down and do little videos. I've got several videos I have that I've got to do editing on. That should be coming out pretty soon. But had to decide what software I'm going to actually purchase to do my editing with. I've used a lot of different software, so far, doing the very little that I've done, but I've run out of all the trial versions so far. So it's trying to determine what's going to work with all my systems, because I have all kinds of stuff. I do most of my stuff on my Galaxy phone, but I have a couple of Macs at the house that I've purchased just for doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And, but I don't know enough about them to really make them work for me yet. So I own some software, but I don't understand it yet. So I'm going to probably do some temporary services in order to just keep things going for a little while until I decide what direction I'm going to go. But anyway, so did that kind of answer what you wanted me to do?
Yeah. Oh, let me see who's messaging me. Oh. But yeah, so everybody, Mr. Don Johnson is the host of Midnight Amongst Monsters. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to his channel. Very, very awesome. And hello, Daniel Diva. Welcome to Impromptu Truth. Yeah. So I'm waiting on my friend to call me so we can do this. So we're just shooting shit until then. What?
You need me to step off, just let me know.
No, man, hang out. Shit. If you just sitting there bored too, you should sit here bored. We'll be sitting here bored with you. I'm telling you, I can't wait for. I just found out that August 3rd, I think it is. I think it's like a Saturday. They're having the whatever the hell the lake monster is in New York. What's the lake monster in New York? Bass, you might know that.
Is it Champ?
I don't think so.
It's like Lake Champlain, Champ.
Could it be? I don't listen. Lake monsters aren't really my thing.
I know a few years ago they freaking deep diving sonar, they caught like a 17-18 foot sturgeon swimming around in the Hudson River.
The sturgeon get big, man. They're huge.
I've done some digging on the lake monsters that have been going around here. It's very interesting, like how many there are, and they're not as big as most people think. Because I've done my thing about it too, just to find out. And yeah, they're not that big. They look like they're huge down the water, but they're not as big as you think.
Well, matter of fact,
I don't care. It's a lake monster. It don't matter to me.
Yeah. You guys that I'm friends with on Facebook, did you see that post I shared the other day with that big ass snapping turtle?
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find that shit. The snapping turtle was apparently 200 years old.
Wow.
And this dude is like holding it with all his might.
The shell alone was about as, I think, large as a truck tire, like a big semi truck.
Yeah, it looked like it could be a piece of armament.
Definitely. Like that, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that snapping turtle is actually part of my tribal, coat of arms, I guess.
So I'm going to share this screen real quick. Get off Facebook. Share screen. You guys are going to shit when you see this, how big this snapping turtle is.
Who's that guy on TikTok? Poppy Taco? Yep, that's something where I'm never gonna go. Can you imagine hooking that?
Look at that monster.
You gotta scroll it up a little bit. Jesus.
All right, so okay, it looked bigger in the picture I saw it out, but that's still a really big sized turtle.
look at that shit compared to this dude. Look at the mouth on that thing.
It'll take your hand.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why I don't. That's why I don't do deep water. Or no,
That's
not
not
deep
even
water.
deep water. That was a lake, man.
That's yeah, lakes and ponds. You got dinosaurs. You got baby dinosaurs floating around in there. Wouldn't really take your ankles off and stuff.
Dude, you know what the mouth and face of that thing remind me of? You ever see the first movie Tremors?
Yes.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Graboid.
I like that movie series. It's very fun.
Yeah, they gave the gun nut. What's his name? What was that character's name? They gave him his own movie. Like he's in
Burt
like
Gummer.
Antarctica. Yeah, he's in like Antarctica or some shit in the next movie.
What, the guy with the big guns?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was estimated that the massive alligator snapping turtle weighed around 170 pounds and was likely over 100 years old. No, thank you.
Yeah, make it a lot bigger than that.
You guys go ahead and swim in those lakes and ponds and all that other crap.
Man, I grew up swimming in lakes and ponds and creeks.
Did you know these dinosaurs were waiting to take your toes off?
Dude,
Yeah, but see, they also eat pretty good. I'm just saying, you can make one hell of a soup out of it.
Yeah, dude, I was fishing on a lake once. Where the hell was this lake? I forgot where it was, but dude, I seen just from like maybe 15 feet away. I seen a snapping turtle with its shell was about the size of a manhole cover.
Wow.
I was like, all right, I'm not throwing a lure near you.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never tried it. How does turtle taste? And please don't say it tastes like chicken.
It don't. It actually, most of the time it tastes more like fish. It has a fishy taste. Yeah. Most animals taste like what they eat. And most turtles they're eating fish and they're eating a lot of vegetables, stuff, off vegetation and stuff. So they're pretty decent tasting food. I mean, if you was eating it, you would swear you was eating, other than texture, you would think that it's fish.
So why the hell does everybody say, oh, it tastes like chicken?
It's one of those dumbass things. They say frog legs taste like chicken.
Frog legs don't.
Yeah.
I like frog legs too.
Yeah, where was he in
I can honestly say I've never tried frog legs.
You really should. In fact, if you ever get to a good Chinese restaurant that has them, that they're stir fry and the peppers and onions, they're really, really tasty. They're very clean tasting.
I do want to try gator once.
Yeah, I'm not a real big gator fan.
I have tried gator. It has a very it's kind of a gamey set. Oh,
yeah, it's very fishy, man. Go ahead.
But yeah, alligator tastes pretty gamey, but it's also pretty good when you fry it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's been freaking me out. Have you guys seen this thing called sand fleas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's people like cooking those just and eating them.
What?
No way. Wow.
What the hell is this?
How would you get it?
I'm not even going to look up what a sand flea is. I don't want to be skeeved out. No.
It's a sand flea. Yo. Can't make this shit up, man. I've seen it on TikTok. This dude, like the way he was cooking it, that shit looked good as hell. I wouldn't eat it.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead, bro.
I've had a bug bug in my house for sand fleas once. It was not fun.
Oh shit! Might as well get used to it. The way everything's going, man. That's what we're gonna be eating soon. Sand fleas and fucking millipedes and everything else like that.
I know how to fish, man. I'll go catch me some crappie or something.
I know how to fish too. I just don't. Not to mention, I've got all that free tackle gear in the back of my house. That's still sitting.
Yeah. Whatever.
For over 2 years. Over 2 years. I'm going to say it again. Over 2 years.
What do you want? I bought new gear.
show you how what the cook sand fleas? Hell no, I'm not. No,
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, the dude made it. Excuse me. Picture crawfish boil, right? How they do a crawfish boil, but he did it with the sand fleas.
The damn sand fleas are so small. How does he eat them? I mean, around here, sand fleas are like regular fleas. They're little tiny things.
Nah, these ones that they were catching, they were probably. And dude, you got Google up, bring the shit up. Sand flea.
Listen. I got 5 reasons why I won't eat bugs. Number 1, no. Number 2, fuck that. I'm not eating bugs. Number 3, I can go out and buy a steak. Number 4, fuck the World Economic Forum. And number 5, fuck that. I'm not eating bugs.
Listen, man, everybody in their lifetime eats at least, I forgot the dumbass statistic, but at least 5 spiders in their lifetime or something. Wow,
I'm not gonna willingly eat whatever the hell. All right, I'm gonna dive down the hole. What the hell does a sand flea look like?
When in Rome, man.
I'm gonna have
He was out there in Thailand and China when them shits had one of them wild.
I don't want to fuck, but I gotta see what they look like.
I've seen some of those drink cocktails that they make out in China and all those places. I will not drink that. No, I will not have an entire salamander or something like that hanging out in my glass while I'm drinking something.
Sand fleas?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting that off my screen. Fuck that. No, what? No.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
No. No. Thank you. Enough with that.
Dude, this dude, I'm telling you, man, he boiled them shits up and he fed his girl was eating them. You could hear him crunch. Like they were crunchier than a bag of chips. I'm telling you. I was watching shit in shock, like, ugh.
Thank you.
Gotta be kidding me.
Thank you for ruining my evening with that, Bass. I was fucking.
It's not like
I feel like shit is crawling on me now, man. Whoa. Right. Everybody, you're cool as shit. I'm gonna let you in on a little something about truth. If you want to hear me scream like a woman, let there be a big ass spider in the shower when I'm in there. Well, I have fucking hopped out, screaming to my wife, "There's a spider in the shower." So what do you want me to do about it?
Oh, you wouldn't have liked that.
I'm just letting you know.
You wouldn't have liked that spider I seen a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that monster you had in your house or wherever the hell that thing was?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, dude, that shit was like picture a Pepsi can.
I'll share it.
Its body, the Pepsi can, its body was the size of the top of a Pepsi can. I was like, I walked downstairs. And dude, I walked downstairs. I seen that shit. I was like, hold on, I'll be right back. Went upstairs, grabbed the broom. I tried to whack him, like just to scare him up, dude. And he hopped off the wall and started jumping at me.
I watched a video where this guy tried to spray I think it was a huntsman or something like that. He tried to spray with some spider killer, and she like hopped up and started chasing him around his house. All right, so these are sand fleas. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's not what I know it's the sand flea.
Yeah, that's not what I'm dealing with either.
Yeah, mine are like the same kind of fleas that get on your dog. It's just they're sand fleas.
What the fuck?
Yeah, those are like they're the creatures.
Somebody cook one. Yeah, look at this shit.
Look at that big as a finger.
Why would you somebody cook them shit, man?
Hell no. But say it.
And you know what they tell you? It's a delicacy. It's very good.
Delicacy my head.
What the?
I mean,
I can never understand.
Life or death. If it was life or death and you had to survive, you do what you got to do. But nah, not on purpose.
I would starve. I would starve. I'm not doing that.
I would eat my fingers to the bone before I eat that shit.
I just want to respond to something in chat. Jason Brock, I will never eat squirrel again. It is the most horrid taste that I've ever tasted.
I've got uncles that eat squirrels, raccoons, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
If they
eaten
can catch them.
everything but possum. I don't like possum. Possum is real greasy. But they say if you cook it right, it's really, really good.
Look at how it's
Raccoon
looking
is
at
really good.
Bear meat's pretty good if you know how to cook it.
What is?
Yeah.
What
You
is?
know how to cook bear meat is pretty good.
Yeah, bear meat's really good.
I'm dying to get an elk steak.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what. You will, man. You'll talk ugly to your mama over at elk steak. That's some good stuff. That's some of the best meat you'll ever eat. It's sweet, man. It's awesome.
I know I've been hearing so. I would love to get my hands on an elk steak.
Chaos said, okay, let's be honest. I'll eat my neighbors before I eat bugs. I'm right there with you, Chaos. I will go full on cannibal. Something like that. That.
Yes, man. You wouldn't eat a chocolate covered grasshopper?
No. And I've been offered that too. And no. Because it's still it's a bug covered in chocolate. No, thank you.
It's just crunchy. It don't have a lot of taste.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
I've actually eaten several bugs, but once they're deep fried, they don't really have too much to them. They're just a little crunchy, and a lot of them taste like nuts.
Yeah, but you still know you're eating a grasshopper.
Yeah, you got to get over that fact. Yeah, I don't fool no down spiders or nothing like that, but I have eaten a lot of other different stuff.
I'll tell you what you want to do. I hate to break to people like that, but if you're getting heads of romaine lettuce, what you want to do, you want to chop it down and you want to wash it, because I'm telling you, there's little bugs in that shit.
Yep.
Shit, you not. I forgot the trick for strawberries, but there's something you can put strawberries in for like a little period of time, and like the bugs come off of those shits too.
Yeah, you eat lots of bugs in salad.
Thank you, Luca. I feel loved, man. I got a hot pocket. Yes, I got a hot pocket in the chat. Fucking clowns. It was like a sex chat or some shit like that. I don't know.
See, those ones I can't even add to the blue book, because
what? Yeah. All right. Well, maybe they got some interesting stuff on their sex site. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's full of like clown and furry porn or something like that. Fucking weirdos.
What are you talking about? Donkey shows?
What? You're going too far, homie.
No comment.
Chow mein wasn't too bad. Carl Washington, Don's channel. Yes. Yep. Don's channel is called Midnight Amongst Monsters.
Actually, speaking about the bugs and everything, how have the mosquitoes and all the things there been around your area?
They're not too bad. I mean, if you're bee pop in the woods right now, yeah, you'll be eat up. But if you use a lot of DEET, they'll stay off of you.
Thank you, William Torres. I was wondering what that was. It's ice salt water for the strawberries.
It's what? Iced salt water? And what does that do? And what does that do to strawberries?
Put a strawberry in that shit. Yeah, put a strawberry in that shit. Let it sit for a little bit.
Purges the insects out of
them. Oh, okay.
What's up, Chris Cat? Yeah, I was never a big strawberry fan anyway.
Well, that work on. I don't eat strawberries really out, but I will pound out a bag of cherries in like an hour. Well, should I do that with my cherries?
I don't know about cherries.
I've had maraschino cherries, and I will eat the entire jar if I'm not careful with it.
Oh, dude, I've sat and ate a whole bag, and my boy Pete at UPS, he's like, "Yo, because he'll see me drinking cherry juice and all that stuff. He's like, yo, you'll never get gout. I was like, you damn right. I'm well prepared for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the main things that's prescribed by your doctors beyond lots of water is cherry juice, and it works.
Oh, if it wasn't so expensive to buy cherry juice, I would buy it all the time. Like I get this one called Chobani or something like that. Hey,
Oh,
what's up,
Yeah,
Walt?
Chobani, Chobani. I know. I tried it. It's good. I'm not a fan of it, but
hello, Mr. Volt.
So,
Going on?
what's up,
so
Bo?
we got a decent panel here. My guy's not picking up his phone.
I hate
But
that.
then I talked to him earlier. He was trying to put his son to sleep, so maybe he fell asleep with his son. So if he did, I'm gonna have to reschedule it. Well, we can talk about it anyway, because Vault, I told you we'll dive into this a little bit with you guys, because I know what happened. So he woke up one morning with sleep paralysis. All right, let me get this shit off the screen. Stop screen. All right. So this is a friend of mine. Me and Bass have known him for better part of 20 years.
Dude,
Or
11
longer
years
than that.
old. Middle school, 6th grade. So that would make you what, 11?
10 years ago, he lives in Southwest Florida. 10 years ago, he's asleep on his couch, TV's on, and he wakes up after having a dream of being chased by something in the woods. He wakes up and he can't move his body, and he smells like a rotting flesh smell. Right? He looks over towards the dining room and he sees what looks like a werewolf type creature standing in his dining room, staring at him with these big green eyes, like greenish yellow eyes. He said he was so scared that he actually closed his eyes and ended up going back to sleep. And when he woke back up, the thing was gone, but he could still smell it. So I mentioned this to Vault. Now I've asked him if he was out in like the woods taking pot shots or anything at just taking random shots, or did he cross into some territory. He said no. So I ran this by Vault the other day. And Vault, what do you think it was?
I think it was some kind of skinwalker or something.
From the smell that it was giving off, right?
Yep. Because the rotting dead flesh, that's what I associate it with. Skinwalker. Because that's what they're made up of. What's going on, Mr. Don?
Hello, my brother. How are you?
All right. Talk to Mr. Don, my brother, earlier. But I think it was a skinwalker. I
I
could be
think
wrong
so.
without talking to him, getting some more information, especially the area or whatever. But
Well,
you said you asked him, did it leave any sign that it was in the house? So to me, that means it's spiritual instead of physical.
Well, I when I was messaging him earlier, I asked him if he still lives in that area, and he only lives 3.5, 4 miles away from where it initially happened. And I quote, let me bring it up here. Okay.
Sorry, I'm late, everybody. Too, by the way.
No, it's
Yes,
all right.
Here.
So where is it? Okay.
Yeah. Had to
So
go bury everybody.
so
Gator like fresh meat.
did I share this shit? Yeah. No, I didn't share it yet. Okay. Share screen. No, I'm not gonna so me and him were messaging back and forth earlier, and he said he's gone back in his head to that night, and ever since talking to us the other night, he's had 2 nightmares since. and like he can't. He said he can't draw, but he wish he could draw what he said. But he's had since talking to me on Sunday. He's had two nightmares about this situation.
Well, talking about it's going to refresh it back in his brain, and back then his brain might have tried to repress it because sometimes when you can't deal with something, that's what it does to save your sanity, however you want to say it. And now he's talking about it. It's not really happening then now, so his brain is releasing little bits of pieces of information. It's called progressive memory.
I think when it's
regressive memory, not progressive.
Yeah.
I have progressive memory loss.
like
I don't even remember what the hell I eat today.
I had completely forgot about Florida and the history of Native Americans and everything like that. And me and Walt when we were talking about it the other day, and he said skinwalker, I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. But
Going on Red.
what's up, Red? Yep, skinwalkers. Yeah. That's the truth. Y'all should try the barbecue. What? Ew. Barbecue cricket. What?
What? No, I ain't eating all that weird shit. I didn't eat it then, and I ain't eating it now.
Taylor just said we should try those barbecue crickets. They're really good. No, homie. No, thank you.
Barbecue crickets. What the hell?
That's the last resort right there.
Yeah, no. There's too many things running around on four legs that I can eat.
Like I said,
dude, how many of them damn things you got to eat to get full?
Yeah. ain't no damn bugs. I'm sorry. That's all right, Mr. All right, Mr. Watson. Your option is to eat bugs or jump off this cliff. How high is that cliff?
Yeah. Over there, they don't throw nothing away in certain countries. I'm not going to name them countries, so can't nobody say that I'm being racist or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's certain countries that they don't throw nothing away.
It's like Thailand and like Myanmar and places like that. They're big on like cooking bugs.
Well, the reason that they are is because insects are like 60% protein. So I mean that's where they're getting their nutrients. They don't have enough food to go around, so you can't sustain yourself on just rice. Eating a high carb diet, sooner or later will kill you.
Yeah, they eat dogs, cats. They don't throw nothing away either. You can ask Christine. She was telling me that what was it, J.C. Penney's? Yeah, J.C. Penney's a couple years ago. She walked in there and there was some nice fur coats. Well, they got to looking and it kind of irritated her skin. Well, then they had a recall because they found out they were all dogs. It was all dogs.
Oh, golly.
Man, are you shitting me?
People are so crooked.
I'm telling you, you go to one of those countries and you look on the menu, and if you can get somebody to tell you if you can't read it, if it is not fish and it is not chicken, most of those countries like cows and stuff are sacred. They ain't eat no cow. Pigs, they ain't really gonna feed you the pigs. They're gonna save that for them. It's either gonna be fish, chicken, dog, or cat, or guinea pig, or some kind of lizard or a snake.
Yeah. No, thank you. If I was over there, I'd just go fish him a damn self, because I wouldn't even trust it. You said that's fish? No, I'll go catch him myself.
Your best bet is find you a Burger King or a Wendy's.
Even then, they probably don't.
I couldn't trust the Burger King over there, man.
No, it's gonna be a patty, but
you think the Burger King, Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's over here is serving real meat? Fucking serving them horse patties and shit.
You ever see the movie Demolition Man when he's down there in the deep dwelling? And they give him that rat burger.
The rat burger.
Listen, if I've heard the stories, people of workers dropping, say, like a quarter pounder patty behind a fryer, and then that shit still being there pink a year later. What? That's not possible.
Dude, there's this one comedian, dude. He put a quarter pounder with cheese in his cabinet and left it there with French fries and went away for about what was it, like a week and a half or something like that. Nothing happened to the burger. It still looked the way he got it when he bought it.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's all those preservatives.
You know
I
who?
can't,
Hey,
I
hey,
can't
man, I
lie.
went back and watched your show last night on PRT. Sorry I missed it. That was a damn good show, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It was
Sorry I
fun.
missed it. I had something I had to take care of last night that couldn't wait. Sorry I
Oh
couldn't be there.
no, I understand because remember we had talked about it earlier in the day, so I completely understand. Don't worry about that shit. But yeah, it was fun last night.
I went and listened to it. It was a really
One sec,
good,
guys.
really good show.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Um,
like I said before, I think Wolf was a little taken back about our bright white light experience.
Yeah, look, I'd already done the. See, I talked to him the day before y'all spoke Wednesday, Tuesday. I talked to him, and I told him, I said, look, you got. I don't know what story y'all going to talk about, but you got to get him to tell you about the when they were driving down the road and wound up. I said I couldn't remember if y'all were all still in the car or a couple of y'all were out of the car. I said, but they don't remember how they got there. They took several turns and probably over 5 miles they drove. He's like, what? I said, yeah, you gotta ask him that.
that shit was crazy. Like, I think I'm slowly nudging my cousin that he'll come on. Cause I had to tell him like, yo, listen, you can be completely anonymous. You don't have to show your face or anything like that. Just come your ass on the show, like, cause he goes on Facebook and he posts all this conspiracy bullshit, blah blah blah, getting Facebook banned every week because of the conspiracy shit. But he won't come on a show and talk about it because he's afraid of getting flagged. He's afraid of getting flagged.
I don't even have Facebook no more. I don't even have Facebook Messenger no more. I got sick and tired of all that bull crap going on over there. One place keeping up with all the hot pockets and the bull crap and the pedo pockets. Whatever I call them pedo pockets now. I did. Chase was trying to get me to download Snapchat just so we could send videos back and forth. But nope, I ain't doing it. I don't want none of that bullshit.
Yeah, I got like half of those things on my phone. I don't even use them.
I got enough to do pocket.
What am I hearing? What the hell was that?
That was my phone. I'm sorry, again.
Oh, no, bro. CG keeps on. Yeah, blah blah blah. I see him. See, I like seeing blue wrenches in there. That's awesome. I call you guys the blue monster. All right, let me see if I can try it again.
So
What?
Oh, well, if you mind if I do a shameless plug here?
What?
Go ahead.
You mind if I do a shameless?
Go ahead.
All right, there's something I'm fixing to start doing. I think I'm gonna do it probably once a week because doing it every day would be aggravating. I'm fixing to start doing a pedo pocket report. So all these pedo pockets, people that get hit, Bass, me, and a couple other people are keeping up with them. So we're gonna post a report of every one of the things that we do. And we're going to keep up with how many of them it is. That way, they can see how stupid they are. Instead of all the time wasted on that, they could be doing something else. Then it lets me know, lets True know, Bass, and Mr. Don here from Night Bomb Monsters, and Sean, and whoever else, to be looking for those names in their chat. Because if you come here and do something stupid, you show up at my chat and say your name, I'm going to hit you with it. So I don't have time for it. We'll eliminate them soon. You better be glad I don't have time for Pedo Pocket website. You know how they got their websites? I do a Pedo Pocket website. And that way, whenever I get addresses and stuff, I can label them everywhere around the country. Hell, I may go to the damn registry for sex offenders. You never know. Guess what they all are now.
So I got a
What's correct?
question. I got a question in chat real quick from Carla Washington, and that was the name. She said, "Truth, are you going to tell your alien abduction story at the conference?" I am not a presenter. I'm just going to go there to listen because, like I said before, some of these guys I've been reading their stuff and listening to them for years, and this is like a golden opportunity to meet these guys. That's why I'm going. Plus my main dog, Vault Keeper, is going to be there. Mr. Don Johnson's going to be there. A lot of people. So I would not miss that for the world. Well, no, I won't be talking about that.
And well, I'm gonna be. They were dumb enough to give me a microphone, so I'll be talking. I'll bring it up, and see you'll be in the audience. So if anybody got any questions, all they got to do is direct them to you. They were, like I said, that.
I mean, I was hoping my guy would come on. I guess I must have fell asleep. All right, so we'll do this. If you would like for me and Bass to go into our experience, I don't think we've ever talked about it on this channel. If you'd like for us to go into our experience, put a 1 in chat.
Really?
Yes, really. Because Mr. Don Johnson hasn't heard this. He might be. He's gonna think we crazy as fuck.
Hey, no, hey, look, all of the pictures and videos I have of strange things in the sky, no, you're not going to surprise me on none of that. I'm interested to hear your story, though.
Yeah, I saw a video recently that showed a giant shape, like almost looking like clouds, over a Broken Arrow. If anyone knows where that is, flying by, and the thing was huge next to it. Like it was compared to like with a jet.
I got something growling out here now. Raining.
I wonder if we're gonna snatch up a little pig again.
Well, like I was saying before, like around it was probably 2 days ago now, there was a couple of UFOs just hovering over San Diego for like at least an hour, and people caught it on camera. You could probably find it on YouTube right now, or TikTok or something like that. Oh man, truth.
Yo,
Bring up that video you sent me of what the farmers call
Blues music. Send me an email with a number I can get a hold of you. I need that.
Okay, let me see.
What's up, Lalo? Hello, everyone in chat. Thank you for being here.
All right,
Sorry,
so
my boy Rob wasn't able to come on, but you know what? He probably fell asleep with his son. I can't blame him for that. So we'll just have to reschedule it.
So
We'll be all right.
Hey, what are y'all doing for the 4th this weekend?
Working.
I'm working on the 4th, but while I'm working on the 4th, I'm going to be getting paid like $27 an hour for overtime, so I don't mind it. But on the 3rd, we're barbecuing and probably doing like some bunch of shit over at my house.
Well, if we get finished, if we can get just a little bit left we need for the funding, we're going to Hungryland and going out from Saturday night to Tuesday. And we're going to be in the same area and stuff that all the other activities from where Bigfoot Odyssey and all them were at.
Sounds fun.
All right,
and I got my call blaster.
Let me see.
Cat looked at me like, no, you don't. Yeah, we got the call, but I'm gonna sneak it out there and scare the. No, you can't take the batteries up. No, hey, y'all remember that bad thing? I told y'all I'm gonna get you back.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know what y'all talking about. You mean to go pull a video?
No.
Y'all see how I get back?
Two watch J. All right, so I'm sending myself the video so I can show you guys because I sent it to Sean G, and Sean G was like, "What the hell is that?" All right, so go to my Gmail here.
Yeah,
Just
some of
sent
my
it to
emails
myself.
accidentally got deleted. Blues G Music, and it was my stupid fault. I clicked the wrong button. So if you will send it back to me, because I'm pretty sure it was one of them. Sorry about that.
All right.
Oh, and this will be a new intro to the show. I'm gonna play every once in a while. The next show I do, you'll see. I think y'all might like it. The Hot Pockets are not. Y'all are.
What you gonna pick? Hot Pockets. Nah. All right, so where's my screen at? There we go. Questions of the unknown. Share. So I sent this video to Bass and Sean G. Where's StreamYard at?
I gotta use it
Share.
to the Taliban.
All right, so boom.
Shit.
All right, check this out. I can't make it bigger. Maybe I'll try it. See if I can. Yeah, a little bit. All right. Keep your eye here.
Scared.
Yes.
I gotta tell them after this. I gotta tell them a story of what I did.
Yes.
You guys did that.
Crazy. What the hell is that?
Turns on ball of light. Starts heading off that way. I'll do it one more. I'll do it again.
Is that a rocket?
Yes.
It's not a rocket, man.
Now, whatever that was on the right side, I don't know what that was, but whatever that light is.
No, that looks like part of an antenna or something. That's windshield or something. That's in the foreground.
Okay.
There it is.
It looked like the afterburner on a rocket when it went through the clouds. That's why I asked, was that a rocket?
I wasn't a rocket. So what do we got going on in chat here? Okay, so I had. Oh, go ahead. Tell your story. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. If you're in Florida, anywhere around the Tampa area, and you get your shit scared out of you by a crazy guy coming by you in a black Camaro, it may be me. Because I was feeling nefarious the other day. We're going down the road, and Christina was driving. And this dude just wouldn't get out of the way. I told her, I said, when you pull up past this guy, I said, go ahead and punch it. When you pull up past this guy, I'm going to scare the shit out of him. She didn't realize the vehicle I was telling her about. She thought it done passed us and was coming back. She rolls up by this vehicle, and I had the window down, and I got my hat and everything on. I just look over and smile and go, "Rah!" at him out of the window. This dude locks his brakes up. Christina jumps.
It's scary.
Yeah. He didn't tailgate no more.
All right, so Bass, I saw we got a bunch of ones in chat, man.
Yeah.
See, he's starting to get to the point where you don't like talking about it. I don't care. I'll talk about the shit all day. It's interesting. How many people could say that? You know what I mean? That you travel damn near 5.5 miles and don't know how you got back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it was your damn fault that we ended up in that position anyway.
Well, listen.
And why do you think Burger don't like talking to you?
I already said I take full responsibility for that shit. I already said that.
It's been 20-something years. He's still pissed off at you.
I told Burger the same thing. I was like, yo, listen, I know I shouldn't have got stopped the car. I know I shouldn't stop the car, but it happened. There's nothing we can do about it now. So just
You
move
both
on.
been probed.
No, no, I ain't been probed. Stop that shit.
Well, shit, I'm feeling on the thing in my right foot right now. It's still there.
All right,
You guys want me to start doing my thing after you're done talking with your story?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll let you guys tell the story first. Just
All right, so this happened to Bass and I in late 2003. Now,
around October,
Yeah.
November. It was right before it started snowing. It was cold, but it wasn't snowing yet.
now, the car I was driving plays a huge role in what happened. Now, the car I was driving was a 1990 Honda Accord 2-door with a manual gear shift. All right, so earlier it was earlier in the day we decided to drive down to Orange County, which is like 25 minutes away from us, and we decided to pick up my cousin because he wanted to come up and hang out with us up here. So we went down, picked him up early in the day. We hung out, played some video games, shot the shit. And then later on, around between like 6:45, we decided we were gonna go down to his house. So we got in my car. Now from my house to his house, it's a 25-minute drive.
It was around 7 o'clock that we actually pulled out the driveway, between 7 and 7:15.
Yep. So we've made this drive hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, right? So we're coming over Wurtsboro Mountain. After you get over Wurtsboro Mountain, you start going down, and it puts you into Orange County. Now, when you're on top of Wurtsboro Mountain, there's like stone wall on this side, a little bit of an overpass, right? Once you get past the stone walls, if you look off to your left, it's just all horizon for miles, right? All horizon, all sky for miles. Now it's like Bass said, it's like 7 something at night, and it's like 7 something at night, and I'm driving. Bass is in the passenger seat, and my cousin's in the back seat. We get out of the little rock wall, and I happen to look off over the horizon to the left, and there's these 3 white lights shaped in a triangle, shaped in a perfectly big triangle, right? So I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of weird. Like I said, I've driven this road before. I've been up and down this road with my parents for hundreds of times. It definitely looked out of place. That's what caught my attention. So I look back to the road. I'm doing like 75, 77, between 70 and 75. Look back at the direction of the triangle, and 2 of the lights disappeared. So I'm like, what the hell? Right? So I look back at the road, go get down a little bit further. I look back over, and the 2 lights are right back where they were at the bottom of the triangle. So you have 1 at the top and 2 on the bottom points. Those 2 lights are the ones that disappeared, and then they reappeared. At this point, Bass is looking over my shoulder like, yo, what the hell are you looking at? And I'm like, yo, these lights just disappeared and reappeared. And he's looking over there, and then I don't fucking know, man. I got the urge to get off the highway and try to find a space to see these things. So I'm not good with exit numbers. So we got off the Fair. If you look up Fair Oaks, New York, I don't care.
Like
Yeah.
109 or
Yeah, it's something like that.
between 109 and 112, something like that.
From the initial point where I saw these lights to when we got off the exit was like 4.5, 5 miles, right? Get off the exit, and then you make a quick left and then another quick left, and then it takes you over an overpass, and then it's all back roads back there. So we get off the exit, make the left, make the other left, go over the overpass, and we end up on these back roads, right? And somehow I ended
And
up.
this, hold on, and this is before, because we went back down that road a few years ago. There's all
And
new houses out there now. Like this was before they built up this area.
yeah,
Like it was woods on the left. You had a woods on the left. You had a couple houses on the right. You go down a little further, then there was nothing but woods.
yeah. So I ended up finding this area where it got built up now. But we roll up, and I nose the car in. I know you're not supposed to nose a car in, but whatever. I nose the car in, and I turn it off, and I get out of the car, and I'm standing in the driver door with the door open. Bass and my cousin are like, "Yo, what the hell is wrong with you? Get back in the car." And I'm like, I need to see this." So picture yourself standing in a field there, and you're looking straight ahead. There's a row of trees on your left, a row of trees on your left, row of trees on your right, open space in the middle. In the middle of this open space is this big ass ball of white light. So I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? And it's there. I lean in the car because now it seems like it's getting bigger to me. So I lean in the car and I'm like, yo, Bass, is that thing getting bigger? And by then, Bass and my cousin are freaking out. They're like, get back in the car, get back in the car. And I'm like, I want to see this, but is it getting bigger? And then, like that's when it hit me. It wasn't getting bigger; it was coming closer to the car. Okay, so
You can actually
yeah,
start to see it. You can actually
so
start to see it illuminate the trees on both sides of the road.
yep. So at this point, I go to get. At this point, I get in the car, I close the door, and I put the key in the ignition, and I turn the ignition. Remember, I'm driving a manual car. In order to start a manual car, you got to push down the clutch. I so I don't remember doing that. What I remember is getting in the car, putting keys in the ignition, and then the next thing I know, we're on the back road heading into my cousin's town, and I'm looking out my window up in the sky, looking at this ball of white light like pace us for a little bit, and then it breaks off and then flies off into the sky.
And the road that we ended up on is on the complete opposite side of the highway from the exit that we went on.
Yeah. So we get to my cousin's house, and his uncle chews us out. Well, my uncle, his dad, chews us out. He's like, "Yo, what the hell? Where the hell you guys been? What took you so long?" And we didn't really. I guess we really didn't acknowledge it. We just took the chewing out because after we talked to Chaos about this before. It was like a somber feeling, like something fucked up happened, but you don't know what it was. And so we just took the chewing out. We didn't even bother hanging out down there, and we started driving back. Didn't really say anything about it. And then like a few days later, me and Bass were talking. He's like, "Yo, we didn't get the Burger's house until like 9:15, 9:30." And I'm like, "What?" We initially saw these lights at what, between 7 o'clock and 7:10.
No. It was
Well,
around
maybe.
between 7:15 and 7 because we got in the car to start driving around 7 o'clock. Then the area where we seen it takes about 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah. So we lost like 2 hours of time, and now this is 20 years. This is almost 20 years ago, and we still can't account for it.
20 years ago next year.
So
Yeah.
have you guys had like flashes of memory or dreams or anything, pieces of the fire come back to you?
I haven't had any like flashes or anything like that, but on the same night, Bass and I had weird dreams, and that shit's never happened to us before. You know what I mean? Like we used to have to share a room until we were like fucking 17. Like we've never had the same dream, like corresponding dreams on the same night. So I'll go into the dream. I don't care. I'll tell everybody about it. So my dream was that I was being taken off some kind of transport. Don't know what it was. It was dark in there. When they opened it up, it was bright, and two guys in black military garb walked me off this transport and handed me to two other guys in black military garb. And then they turned me around and started walking me towards the side of a fucking mountain. And I woke up before I got to the mountain entrance. Now, on the same night, Bass had a dream where, all right, so you've heard of the nuclear tunnel boring machines?
Yeah.
How like when they melt, when the rock melts, it like forms like a glass surface. On the same night, Bass had a dream that he was being walked down one of these like smooth glass like tunnels, and it had a metal grate running down the middle of it. And he was being walked towards a room where there was a table in it, right, Bass? And then there was like
Yeah.
some weird light coming out of the room.
Yeah, it was like a purplish blue type color.
And he woke up right before he got to that room. We had those dreams on the same night. So I called him up spazzing, like, yo, I need to tell you this. And he's like, yo, I had a weird dream too. Now, following all this, my cousin, myself, and Bass we've all found stuff in us. We've all woke up with weird scars and shit. Like I've told Chaos, there's been instances where I've woke up in clothes I didn't go to sleep in, having clothes on backwards. Yeah, it's. I wish I could remember that 2 hours without going to like going through hypnotic regression.
I was wanting to ask if you guys ever wanted to go through hypnotic regression.
I've been giving it some thought because now I'm pushing 40 now, you know what I mean? And I kind of want to know what happened, but then again, I kind of don't want to know what happened because dude, I've heard those Barney Hill tapes, man. That shit is terrifying, dude. You know what I mean? Like, what? I would like to know, but I don't. Like I said last night, that's probably going to be a bucket list thing. But
I've come to the conclusion, you know what? It is what it is. The situation happened, and we're basically dealing with the results of that situation. Even though I believe we've been being watched and taken way before this incident.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's me and Bass's. Well, it was my fault. I admit it. God damn it. Yeah, I got us abducted by a ball of white light.
Yeah, you got something in your leg. Burger got something in his leg. I have something in my right foot. We all had scars in the same place on our back.
See, but my cousin doesn't want to talk about it. But I want him because it's been 20 years. I still don't know what
he's seen from the back.
What he saw. Because if we say we were abducted, right? If something took us out of the car, it would have had to like physically get him out of the car unless it like do some teleportation shit. Because he's in the back seat of a 2-door. And Burger, back in the day, Burger wasn't a little dude. He was a big boy. He's like 6'2", like 300 pounds. You know what I mean? So it would take a lot to get him out of the back seat of the car. And he won't talk about it. And that bugs sorry for cursing, that bugs the fuck out of me.
Everybody's coping mechanism different.
Yeah. I just even if like he won't even talk about it like in private. like he's afraid, like bringing it up will like.
Nah, I've been prying some stuff out of him. It's very few and far in between, but I've been getting a little tidbits out of him. He'll talk one day. He's still very pissed off at you, boy. I'll tell you what.
I know.
I, huh.
I know.
But the crazy part is, like, on that side of my family, well, technically on both sides of the family, like that shit, it runs in the family. Like my uncles, a couple of my uncles have experienced some strange shit. Um, what? Even my grandmother seen the UFO. I remember her telling me they seen one. This was probably like when me and Truth were 1 or 2 years old. One came down the main street of our town and shut off all the lights. Then they seen another one hanging over this big hotel over the Concord. That was when we used to live on Pleasant Street, just like hovering there.
So,
Uh, um, Shit, my dad. I believe this is when he first started dating my mom. He's working at this place called the Infirmary. He was like a janitor or whatever, and my grandfather had to come pick him up because he said that he seen two grays coming through the wall at him, and he hid under the desk. And this was when he was like 20 in his 20s. He got the story that Uncle Perry didn't want to talk about, where him and his buddies was on to their way to some kind of like field party or something like that, and a white light basically
hit their car.
like like they were driving down the road and a white light hit their car, and they woke up, didn't even go to the party, just turned around and went home, and he didn't want to talk about that shit. And true. He's also the one that seen whatever that was on the train tracks over there by Davidge Park.
Yeah, they tried. One of my uncles and a few of his friends saw a glowing being on some train tracks, and they went. They were like, "Yo, we gotta catch it." They ran back home, got their fishing nets, and when they came back, it was gone. But they saw a little craft lift off a little distance away and fucking shoot off.
Yeah, that I was doing my thing while you guys were talking about this, and my actual eyes are still blinking because of how bright that light was.
I'm telling you, like it was like, you see a moth. You see how moths go to light.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I felt like that when I was looking at that shit. Like, I don't know.
It's a common enough occurrence for the gray types to use light in that kind of manner. For some reason, they know how to use light in all kinds of ways that really no one else knows how to use. And that's what I think, especially through my viewing, that's what you guys encountered that night were grays.
Well,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
And so while you're talking about this, I was doing my thing, first let you know about I saw kind of where you guys were and what happened with that light, and it was blinding, even to me, even through remote viewing. It was blinding, and I thought I actually have spots on my eyes from it. But whenever you guys were you weren't taken into the ship, kind of. It was almost like a remote little location nearby that had like a little medical station or scientific station there, and you guys had blood drawn. You guys were talked to. I can't hear what they talked to you about, but you guys were there for a little while, and then made to forget using that same light technique, that light technology, and then were sent back to your car.
Well, where we seen it and where we got off the exit, that's not too far away from like Pine Bush, New York. like roughly 15 miles through the woods, maybe.
No, shorter distance than that.
Yeah, yeah, probably. See, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
So you know what? Fuck, dude. Maybe. Fuck.
Oh man, what? Why? Why the hell? Whatever. All right.
I'm just pondering this shit now, like, does that make Ralph? I will tell you. Somebody said that before. That we were made to forget, and
It's a fairly common practice with a lot of these encounters. They will make the person that they had taken forget.
dude,
You know, the thing with the light reminds me of like I've never like done this shit, but like when people are like spotlighting frogs in the swamp, they put the light on them and it freezes the frog. They just come up and snatch them.
I kind of feel like the technology is far beyond just that. Like they may have a frequency that goes with that light, and the light itself may have some properties that even like all of Earth's advanced tech doesn't have. Like even the reverse engineered stuff that humanity has, they don't even know how to do that yet.
sorry, my eyes are watering from that shit, dude. Fuck, what the fuck?
But yeah, like, and when you guys were being talked to, you guys weren't looking like you were under a state of hypnosis. It looked like you were simply calm during the entire time. Like they got through the horror factor that most people have when they view something that looks almost human but is not. Like,
And you know what? That might be from the years of prior, like just being into UFOs and aliens and shit like that. So it wasn't. It may not have been such a shock to the system. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that we did find out after my mom passed away. We like she had a collection of books, and a whole bunch of these books had to do with like aliens and stuff like that. Like she had
She had
this is
Communion.
the first time I've ever heard of Communion. She had Communion. She had Whitley Strieber's The Secret School, books on the Bermuda Triangle, all kinds of stuff. I'm like, I never knew my mom was into this kind of stuff. But now it kind of makes sense why she was so protective of us when we were younger.
See, that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder.
it could be you guys have a family lineage of being surveyed and kind of monitored.
Was this shit on? Was it on purpose, or was it random? And when it with the randomness, they said, "Oh, we've got twins here, and we have somebody from their genetic lineage, which is a blood cousin." Oh fuck! What? Don't go chasing white lights, everybody. Shit. You're gonna end up like me.
I don't worry about it. I got the other part of the spectrum with ET stuff. You know, reptilians and draconians don't really tend to do the light trick. They do other things.
Stylish. I lost my stylus.
It all kind of makes sense. I do believe that these things have been happening in my family for a very long time.
Last stop. None of this shit makes sense.
What?
None of this shit makes sense. None of it. All right. Why would I drive? why the fuck would I drive 4.5, 5 miles to go chase a ball away? Like, why the hell would I turn off my car or get out and look? Some see now I'm getting agitated about shit. I don't like being fucked with, and this is making me realize like we were really, really, really fucked with, and I don't like that at all.
One of the things just about all ETs also believe in, which is particularly common even with other side of the veil stuff, spiritual stuff, is they believe in fate and destiny. So to them, it could have been fate or destiny that brought you there, and maybe they activated Truth's sense of, I want to find out what's going on here.
Because I'll tell you what, since then I've dove headfirst into shit. But you know what, Baz, is there any fucking people who do hypnotic regression around us? Do you know?
Honestly, I've never looked into it. I wouldn't be surprised. You might have to go to like Orange County or something for that. I'm not too sure about Southern County, unless you get somebody that's working out of a house or something like that. I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I need to know now.
Well, you have fun with that.
I need to know, dude. Rafian is this man is fucking accurate. It's ridiculous, man. I need to know.
Yeah, because I don't know what they're saying to you. It's just them saying words, and I can't even hear what the words are.
And these are Greys talking to us?
They look like Greys to me.
So, all right. So I'm like, last year when me and Bass first started talking to Vault, he told us some information and shit like that. And after we told him about the experience we had, he did a little thing and found out that Bass and I are still being visited or monitored by quote unquote the fly people. Which
fly people?
No, hear me out. Where he got the description from, picture yourself talking to like a child, and that they don't know what, say, a gray alien is. They would describe it as that, like as a big bug with bug eyes. So he's been told that I've been told that we're being still monitored by the fly people. So I take that as grace. And see, I don't like this. I like talking about. No, I don't like this. Not at all. No.
My own sense of intuition is stating that this is part of more or less the grand benign scheme of trying to get more and more of humanity to realize that there's more out there, and for them to honestly just get more and more people open to the idea of interspecies communion or to the point where if the entire populace of the human race is saying, yeah, we know these are out there, we want them to help us out, and there's really no way for the people in charge that might be preventing this from stopping to be able to stop it.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's
all right.
That's me and Bass's.
Did you get any information about these things that they basically put on us? Because the one that's
hey, yo, I need a minute. I'll be right back.
What?
I need a minute.
I'm-
I'll be right back.
I'm getting a bit of I can't really. Don, I'm getting a bit of feedback on your end. I don't know if you can hear it.
Don, we're getting the last.
I can't really hear. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you, Bass. Sorry about that.
All right. Have you gotten any information on what this thing could possibly be in my foot? Because it's there, you can feel it, but the crazy part is it's under a vein, which has been making me sketchy about, like, people like, oh, you should get it cut out or whatever, but like, you don't understand the position of this thing in my foot. Like, it feels like, well, about the size of a grain of rice, about the feel of a BB, but about the size of a grain of rice.
The initial injection site, and this is what I'm being told, and asking if I can even talk about it. I was in your leg, like the upper thigh, and that the current location of of what they put in you is actually near your spine. So, and I remember you asking one time, and I was told to go to a doctor to check it out. And
Spine. And what the hell is this thing in my foot?
It's nothing that I was told about. So it could be another species put it in there, or it could be some other thing going on. For all I know, it could have been an allergic reaction to the implant going down to your foot at one time, and then it decided to move again. Because that's what I think those scars on your guys' backs was them checking to make sure that the little devices had been safely transported their way to the back, rather than getting lost in some other place that they don't want to get to, because they, even they would not want you to getting a blood cut off, or it going into a major artery and doing some nasty business. They want to make sure it's in a safe location that you guys won't get hurt and won't really feel it.
All right, this is a lot. This is a lot to take in right now. You see, Drew just back up because he could do the whole hypnotic arrest shit himself. I'm not doing this shit. I know something happened. I don't need to be reminded of what went down. And if he does end up doing it, I'm gonna tell him, all right, you do it. I'll be there recording it. We want everything on camera.
Yeah. I can safely say the first time I can actually recall being contacted by ETs, my own self, was when I was a little kid. I would hear these kind of deep hums just out of nowhere, and part of me was, just had that intuition back then, because I'm born into the paranormal side of things, and I just kind of knew, like, it might be something there. If I just go to pretend to be asleep, it might go away. And then, like, one night, I just felt odd. I put the blanket over my head, and I just felt this, like, the tip of a claw just tap my stomach really, really lightly, almost as if they were saying, "Yeah, we know you're there. You're fine." But I can even still remember that. Like, I was underneath my blanket completely, and I just felt like the most tender, sensitive, just tiny little tap of a claw tip. It didn't feel like a nail, because most nails are flattened some sort of way, and like, everyone's at one time or another been poked by a nail. I kind of know that. No, that it felt like a legitimate, like, conical tipped claw, tap my stomach that night, and that was like my first, I guess, real interaction with them. That wasn't me being taken into any ships or anything like that.
Oh, Drew thinks all this stuff started when we had this experience, but I think it's been going on a lot longer than that. Because like I remember being a young kid, like we used to sleep in the same room, like heads, like basically pointing towards the TV. And every morning, every night, we'd wake up, flipped around in different clothes. Not every morning, but every so often. We wake up at the top of our beds and different. Like I'd have on his shirt that he went to sleep on, or he'd have on my shirt, or some kind of mismatch thing was going on. And I do remember that. This was shit. We were like five.
So
Yeah.
could it be possible, right? The dreams that we had, could it be possible that Bass caught the being walked into the medical facility, and I caught, and mine was probably the mill lab version of it, where there's numerous reports of abductees being scooped up by the military after the shit happens.
It could have happened. I'm not able to view the entire event in its entirety. I guess you could say in my lot in life, I'm able to focus on the non-human stuff a lot easier than it is focusing on human stuff, just because human activities tend to all have the same resonance. If that makes sense.
No, it does. Yeah, Naomi, I'm all right. I need to step away for a minute. That's all. I'm good. Yeah.
Naomi, I would not call myself a psychic. Dealing with like mental mind stuff is not very easy for me at all. I go straight for the soul, if that makes sense. I don't go through the mind. I go straight for the soul.
See, this makes me really believe that it wasn't just like a random thing. like the shit was done on purpose. And like
And that's
I don't
why
feel
that's why
I don't feel
because we got it from two angles, but there's a third. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one half is 33.3%. Like, we're at 66.6. We need the other 33. I'm gonna get his ass to talk. I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with him. He's trying to get me to go camping and shit, and he know I don't do that. I'm like, dude, if I'm gonna go camping, you got to come on and talk about it. Because he needs to say something. Because I'm not going to camp with him when we end up getting into an Allagash 4 freaking incident.
I felt I felt a certain way about it before, and now I feel completely different about the whole situation, and it's bothering me right now.
I think that the reason why you guys are feeling so bothered about it is because you want to know what they talked to you about, because you were talking back with them. You're having a full conversation with them, and you really want to know what you guys talked about. And I'm curious to know what you guys talked about, because I can't hear a word of it.
I just what I knew something. I fucking knew it was off. I wouldn't just fucking try. I've been looking at UFOs my entire life. That was the first and only goddamn time I've ever driven to go find a light or to go find what I was looking at. You know what I mean? So that's what's kind of messing with me right now, because with all the sightings I've had throughout my years, that's the only one where it was like, you need to come see this. You need to come find this. You need to come closer. And now, because of Roth, you're a very talented man, very talented. I feel like he's trapped.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Did either one of you guys, Batch Crew, I sent you guys a video last night about the blind fog ranch video. Did you guys watch that?
I'll bring it up right now.
If you didn't, it's actually a conference with the guy that owns Blind Fog Ranch. You guys need to watch that in its entirety, because I think it's going to answer some of the questions that you may have. Because I found that early this morning, I say 3 o'clock or so, and I watched it and I thought, oh man, it's really kind of eye-opening, because I've been watching this Blind Fog Ranch thing since it came on. Discovery or history or whatever. And it's been really pretty fascinating, but I've never really understood what the whole purpose of it was. If you guys haven't seen Black Fog Ranch stuff, I really encourage you to go check it out. But there is a video that I sent these guys, and it's on a really high traffic extraterrestrial site, this YouTube channel. But he actually goes to a conference and explains a whole bunch of stuff about why he did what he did, what the whole experiment there was, what the purpose of it was, and what he learned from it, and then what he learned he needed to show the world. And it actually is that he was exposed to ETs, and they would do what you're talking about, that you don't understand why you would just drive 5 miles out of the way. It's because they targeted you, because whether you realize it or not, you're special and you're able to communicate in a way that not everybody can, or has the known ability to do telepathy. And it's whether you actually learn to work it or not. They've learned that you have it, and they can speak to you through it. And that's what I've learned through this video, is that he learned himself a lot of stuff about himself that he didn't know. But I think you guys should watch that, and I think it may answer a whole bunch of questions for you. It's pretty phenomenal, I think. It was eye-opening for me.
You know what? That kind of actually makes a little sense, because I remember when we were younger, me and Truth, we'd be hanging out with our friends in their kitchen or whatever, sitting around the table, and all of a sudden, like, me and Truth would just look at each other. We would, like, start crying, laughing, like we were sharing some kind of inside joke that was never said.
You probably were. Because that's one thing that he just said, that the guy that owns the Blind Fog Ranch, he said, I knew that I had like insights or whatnot, but I didn't really think of it as telepathy. But what happened was they had actually contacted him to show him that they were real. They woke him up in the middle of the night in his home, and they told him to grab a pair of binoculars, come out into the backyard, and that they would show themselves to him. And so he thought, wow, this is bullshit. There's no way. Okay, but I'm going to do it, because they got me up in the middle of the night, and I've just got a curious, I've got a curious mind. I've got to answer it. So he walks out, and lo and behold, here's this big ship, and they let him look at it for like 10 minutes, I think he said, and they let him look at it long enough for him to understand that it was real. And so it was showing him that he was able to be communicated with, even at a subconscious telepathic level that not everybody understands. Very few people understand, in fact. I've always been fascinated by it, but not knowing a lot about it, because that was not my area of interest, because my area of interest is what happened to me as a child, which wasn't in this direction. But what I have found is, while I'm looking for all this other stuff, I've been forced to look at this extraterrestrial UFO thing, because it's in my face. I can't get away from it. It's in the sky. You're like me, and you're running around at midnight amongst monsters, which is what I do. I'm looking at the sky because it's super bright when everything else is dark. You know, you see all those lights that are moving in the wrong direction or changing direction or going one way, and then all of a sudden they're moving 90 degrees the other direction, or they're doing a corkscrew or doing something odd that don't match, or they're brighter, or they don't have the right markings for an airplane.
Yep.
And I probably got, I probably got 30 plus pictures, I think, of things that I've taken photographs of or short video clips of that I don't know what the hell they are. But I know they're not airplanes. They're not anything that we have that I know about. They're not satellites. They're not planets. They're not stars. They are the true definition of a UFO. So I don't know. But this video that I sent you guys was something I thought it may be interesting to you because of what you experienced, and it may, because of what I listened to tonight, may actually answer some of your questions.
You know, you brought up the holy fuck. Now, you know what?
See, now the reason why this is hitting you so hard because you're the one that made the decision to go down that road.
No, it's something else now. It's something else that Don just said, and it's something I'm not going to talk about it on the stream. I'm just not. It's something you don't even know, Bass. And it might be the fucking reason why I got that urge to go away, to go towards that light. And it's fucking with me right now. I'm sorry for all the cursing, guys, but
Get it off your chest.
Oh, hey, I mean that's what we're here for. Is, you know, we're your sounding board. So whether it's on the stream or off the stream, whatever you need to do. But you know, that's what real friends are about, is listening to each other, helping each other through it. And all of us have gone through something, and so it's easy to know that there are traumas that nobody else can understand unless they walked a mile in your shoes. So don't even worry about it. That's it.
Pick your head up, look in the camera, get it off your chest.
no, I don't know, man, because
Get it off your chest.
you guys might think I'm fucking crazy for this one. I already know I'm out there, but all right. I had this conversation with Red. There was something I was able to do when I was little. Bass didn't know about it. Never told him about it. I told Red about it a few months ago. And the only other person that knew about this shit was an ex-girlfriend. And I proved it to her. In my 20s, I still was able to do it. Say you took a picture, right? And it's a picture of somebody's room. It's really weird. It's a picture of somebody's room, right? I could take and look at that picture and tell you exactly how the whole rest of that room was laid out without seeing it.
Right.
Yeah. And so my ex tried to test me on this shit. So she handed me a picture and I looked at it and I told her exactly how that room was laid out, what was in that room, everything. And she like freaked out a little bit. Right. So I don't know if you call that a fucking ability. I don't know. But I said
it absolutely is. You can talk to Sean about that. I think you and Sean can do the same thing.
I had a conversation with Red Raider about this, and her and Little Bit looked like they looked into it, and apparently somebody in my family had an ability also, and if I'm getting it right, my mom didn't want us, like whatever one of us had the ability, she didn't want us being messed with, like because apparently that person was messed with when they were younger because they could do stuff. So that's why she never talked about the UFOs and being into the secret school stuff and everything like that.
Was really
And so,
what's interesting about this is from my standpoint, looking at that video, what he was bringing forward about all of this was that initially it was spooky as hell, okay, and it was scary. But the more that these guys what they were trying to tell him was that it was all about positivity. It's actually trying to bring positive things to this planet. These guys were a part of a bigger federation of planets, according to what this guy was telling, and that there are a whole group of different beings out there that are trying to help us and have brought some pretty phenomenal things as far including frequency healing to our government, and they denied it because they were more interested in weapons, which was ridiculous. But there's all kinds of really awesome positive things that could come from all this, and I know it's spooky because it would be if it was me in your shoes. But I really think you guys should watch that video. And when you do, just think about it, because I don't know, I haven't walked exactly in your path, but I can tell you that from listening to all the stories of the other folks that I've listened to that have gone through similar paths, a lot of their stuff has been really scary as hell, and it doesn't seem to be anything positive. But the fact that you have or may have had an ability from the time that you were a child that wasn't nurtured, it wasn't taught, this means that a little later in life you might be able to get a hold to it. It might be a gift that you can use for really awesome things. I mean, look at our panel guest. I mean, Rothen's, I mean, he's got amazing gifts, and so far as I know, he's been doing good things with them. I think that's awesome.
like when I tell you guys, like legit, 2 people knew, well, read a little bit. So those 2 and my ex are the only 3 people that know about it. Bastard know about this shit. I've never told him. So that's what's tripping me out, right? Because maybe they figured that I might have been the one that had an ability, and they focused on me, and that's how I ended up going fucking 5 miles to go see this ball of light. Because
exactly right. That's exactly what they told this guy. They said it was a test for him. They said that they test people, and that night when he was asleep, they thought that he might have gifts, but the only way that they could test it was to send him a message to, hey, wake up, grab your binoculars, and go in the backyard, and we'll show ourselves to you. And that if he came out and looked, that was the proof that he had the gift. I don't know why. I think he actually goes into it, but also excited about what he was saying. I didn't pick up all the details. There's something I'm going to go back and probably watch 2 or 3 times just so I can make mental notes, because it's really interesting.
No, I'm definitely gonna go check out this video. Yeah.
I really hope it helps you. I really do.
See, Basso, it wasn't my fault. It was a goddamn setup.
Yeah, exactly.
We were set up. They got set up by fucking great aliens. Are you serious?
And it may not have been Gray's. Like I said, this guy that actually became part of the Blind Frog Ranch process out there, he was a humanoid. I mean, he looked like me and you. You couldn't tell the difference. But his ride at night was a big silver disc with some badass technology in it that was healing folks. So it's pretty phenomenal. In fact, you'll see when you watch it. But I highly recommend it.
Set up my ass because I said something to you when you was getting off the exit going on that road.
No, set up like
I said, what the hell are you doing? Oh, I gotta go see it. Like, you gotta
see what now? Would I normally do that? Would I normally do that shit? Have I done it? Did I ever do that before? And have I done it since?
Dude, and another crazy thing is, right? All right, so a few years ago, I got very sick. And like, I ended up surviving that shit. But like a few months after that, like I was walking through metal detectors and setting off metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, like when you walk into a store and they have those things that beeps if you still got like the security tag on your item or whatever. Like I'd be walking into the store setting those shits off. The one lady knew. This is crazy. I walked into the store so much and it was going off so much that the one lady knew when I was walking to the store because I was the only one setting the shit off. She was like, I know when you're walking in because it always beeps. Never fails. Then all of a sudden one day it just stopped.
Yeah. Shit.
Man.
I wasn't expecting this show to go like this, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that shit.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize,
no, it's all right. It's all right. It's just getting these different aspects on, getting these different views on this is rocking the boat, to say the least. You know what I mean? Like,
why did that just pop up on my laptop, you piece of shit?
What?
No, I'm gonna go back and check it in a minute. Oh, I'll tell you later.
But yeah. So yeah, that, ladies, you just got the Bass and Truth UFO experience, ladies and gentlemen. The whole aspect, my creepy little powers, creepy little abilities when I was a little kid. Possible reason why I drove 5 miles to go see a ball of white light. Yeah.
Well, like I said, when you ducked out for a minute and you had to collect your thoughts, if you're gonna do the hypnotic regression, I'm not doing it. But I will record you.
Yeah, I know I was saying I wouldn't do it, but I need to know, yo. Like,
what they were saying to us? Absolutely not. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is.
See, no, me with how I am and how I need to know why why they put that why I drove that far. I need to know why I was attracted to this big ass ball of white light. Why I've woken up with scars and shit underneath my skin. And to this point, I don't give a fuck if it sounds like Barney Hill's tapes. I need to know. I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna look into regression.
Well, you remember TLC? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Don't go chasing white lights.
I haven't since. Have I?
Shit, I don't know. Maybe you have. I don't know.
No, I haven't.
I know I've seen some very weird shit in the sky, and it didn't pick up until after. Well, I didn't start to take notice of it until after this incident. But like, I want to say I probably see shit. You know, I see at least one every year since this incident. At least one.
I see more. I see more than that.
And we've been with friends who didn't believe in this subject, and they seen it when we seen it, and it completely changed their mind.
All right. Look. You know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm gonna end the stream. This shit's making my head hurt. Like, shit ain't cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna end the stream. Guys, thank you for coming. Who just popped in? Oh, Don.
With me. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm in to work, so I've got to drop in and out every now and then.
No problem. Yeah. I'm checking out on this for the day, man. I'm about to end the stream. I'm done. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done with this for the night. Thank you guys for coming. I'm sorry the interview didn't go as it should have. I'm going to reach out to my buddy tomorrow, see what happened. We're going to try to reschedule it. Thank you for listening to this fucking trippy experience that's still unraveling. Yeah. So yeah, fuck. I'm about to end it. Yeah, you guys. I'll see. Shit. Look for something this week. I don't know. Look for something this week. I'm fucking flustered. Thank you guys, Don, Rafi, and thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night, guys. I'm gonna end this. Where's my shit? Where's my shit? Yeah.